I want to be very clear. Ntim Fordjour was irresponsible with the power that he's been given. You see, if there was substance to the allegations that he was making, if he understands the chair that he sits in, that press conference is not what he would have done. Even in substantiating it and defending the position, and he's been very steadfast in doing it, but he's even taking a very light-hearted approach. He's been dropping quotes. If I wanted to do that, I would have dropped a hit song. Come on. Look, the business of governing a country, the business of overseeing the security of a country is in your hands. You don't take it and play political football with it to get yours. And where I sit, he saw an opportunity to become relevant for a week, and he took it. I mean him no disrespect. But he must be told in clear terms to be more responsible because, again, I look at the allegations that he's made, and they're spurious. To make an allegation like that as a ranking member of one of the most important parliamentary committees that this country has, the threshold must be far higher
than what is put up.
Than basically he was gossiping. That is what he sat at that press conference and did, and then went on a media round to basically blow up his gossip. We should not allow politics to get us to the point where people we have entrusted a certain level of respect. Otherwise, he doesn't understand the responsibility he has been given. Perhaps he's the wrong kind of person for the committee that he's on. I'm not saying he's a bad MP. I'm simply saying that the role that he has been given is one that requires a lot more discretion, a lot more tact and subtlety that he doesn't seem to have.
The conclusion that Ghana has become a cocaine hub on the basis of those three instances is it's like a very big jump.
You cannot make those conclusions from where he sits
without more
hardcore information. And look, if that is how he would treat information, so basically, I'm sure based on where somebody saw the plane, it had landed. He says, "Oh, okay, Honorable, I have seen some plane, it has landed." Look, even based on where he sits, he could have had access to more hardcore information if he really wanted to help. By making certain demands, he would get it. So he's the ranking member.
File an RTI or something
immediately
and get more information. And then when you put everything together, it will be more.
You see, because in the end, the questions one will ask: when did you hear of this? So would you say that your responsibility was to make sure that the cocaine was not transited, or your responsibility was to make claims that Ghana is a cocaine hub? Because if you are on the security and interior, on the defense and interior committee, and you have information that a plane has landed and is potentially carrying drugs, what do?
You call the
intelligence community, you call police and make sure that those drugs don't make it off. The human beings are arrested, and then you can organize your press conference and say that this is what I heard, these are the actions I took, and Ghana needs to be careful.
Yeah, that would have been a better approach.
That is a better approach. That shows somebody who understands what he's been given. But what Ntim Fordjour did, for those who have been praising him and whatnot, where I sit, I am grossly disappointed in what he did. And he needs to be told. He's been very irresponsible. But the MP people can hail him. They can clap for him because he's giving them something to run on for a week, which is why we're having a press conference with 26 questions. And again, I ask myself, if this is what leads to 26 questions, I really want to hear those 26 questions. And the person who sat down and wrote those 26 questions too, he will look at you and think of you in a certain manner.
But you haven't seen the questions.
No, but Bernard, there is, from what Susu said, what 26 questions can be derived from this logic? They should think about it themselves. Look, they should hold themselves to a higher standard. We are tired.